So hello everybody and welcome here back at BSN Network here today. I'm back here with another YouTube video for you guys. Today we got a lot of sports to talk about. We have the Nets, Knicks, and Rangers. Russell Wilson to talk about. Then we're going to talk about Kristaps Porzingis. We have Russell Wilson to talk about, LeBron James, Blake Griffin, the Pistons, Shaun White, and Lindsey Vonn. Just them two going into the Olympics, and I'll just preview what they're going to do since the Olympics start tomorrow. But tomorrow's pretty much just going to be a whole slate of baseball, more baseball. I'm going to preview every MLB team's record for tomorrow. I'm going to preview what I think their best player is. I'm going to run through stats of their best players. So tomorrow's baseball and more baseball. In the day of spring training, I'll preview the Yankees game, preview the Mets game, preview everybody's games. But tomorrow's just baseball. So baseball, maybe, obviously Nets, Knicks, and Rangers, and I don't know what's happening. Maybe more on Kristaps Porzingis, but tomorrow's pretty much just baseball. I'm excited for baseball season because I cannot wait. Obviously, a lot of you know, or some of you might know, baseball is my favorite sport to play and watch. That and football I like to watch. I don't really have a favorite sport to watch. I like all sports. I like all the sports that I talk about here are pretty much all the sports I like to watch. I don't really have a favorite sport to watch. And baseball is my favorite sport to play. So, yeah, so definitely excited for the baseball season. Obviously excited for the New York Yankees. New York Yankees making another move, an interesting move, and we'll get into that right now. So all you guys know Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't even have to run over that. Everybody, once they hear their name Russell Wilson or even the name Wilson, they say, oh, quarterback number 3 for the Seattle Seahawks. Right, so they all know that. But a lot of people maybe know he did go to the College of Wisconsin. He played football there, and he played baseball there. So he has a baseball background, right? And this is where it's going to lead me into my conversation today. So we all know he has a baseball background. He was a pitcher. Yeah, I think he was a pitcher. Which is, all pitchers make good catchers. I mean, all pitchers make good quarterbacks. When you're a pitcher, you're going to be a good quarterback. You both have to throw the ball. You both got to have an arm. So he's a pretty good pitcher. But recently today, just today, breaking news. Just before I was on my pod here, got an update from one of my apps, and it said Russell Wilson goes from the Texas Rangers and signs with the New York Yankees. Now, you people who watch this might be thinking, what, he's quitting football and he's not going to play for the major leagues? No. He's going to play in the New York Yankees organization. So he's not going to play with the regular MLB New York Yankees. He's going to play in their organization. I don't know what team there is. There's a few teams. There could be the Scranton, which probably won't because that's AAA. That's the level before MLB. Scranton's their AAA team. Thunder is their AA team, and single A, it's Long Island Yankees, I think. It's something Long Island. I know it's Yankees, I just don't know if it's Long Island Yankees or if it's Brooklyn Yankees. I think it's Long Island Yankees is their single A. So I think he would probably, if anything, he'll be playing with Long Island or Thunder. Yeah, so or Long Island or Thunder is what he will be playing with. So anyway, so in this mind, you know, and this kind of gets into the thing of baseball here, gets us ready for the baseball season. Personally, how will he do with the Yankees? Obviously, I'm going to run through some stats with him with the Seahawks and see just how good he did with the Seahawks. And you can kind of compare baseball and football if you're a quarterback, because a quarterback, you know, you can kind of, if you're a good quarterback, right, you're probably going to be a good pitcher. You're a good pitcher, you can probably be a good quarterback. Both involve arm strength, they both involve your lower half, and they kind of just both involve, you got a lot of pressure on you when you're in both of those positions. Those are one of the most heavy pressured positions. So I'm going to run through some stats too. Now, how do I feel about this decision? Personally, I was not expecting this. I don't really expect this. It's pretty cool, though. I have to admit, it's pretty cool that Russell Wilson is almost like a two-sport athlete. And this is kind of remind me of Tim Tebow. Not playing absolutely with the Mets, but he will be playing in their organization. I think he's with their double A team now. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. But I'm sure if there's any news on that, I'll talk about that. But he reminds me of Tim Tebow because, we went from football to baseball. He's still playing football. It's not like Tim Tebow, he quit football. And, whenever players play, you don't see a lot of them these days. You don't see a lot of two-sport athletes. Really, the most successful two-sport athletes were Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. I think we're one of the most successful two-sports athletes. Deion made it to the Hall of Fame, I think, in football, and Bo did in football as well. But they're both really good in baseball. I just do not. I think Bo might have actually made it in the Hall of Fame for baseball. Is that Deion? I know Deion was the one to. I know Deion Sanders was the one to hit a home run in the same day. What he did was he played a game in Cleveland. He flew, or it was somewhere in Cleveland. I think it was some other team, and he flew home to New York that night, and he hit a homer in the same day. He scored a touchdown and hit a home run in the same day. So that's who did it. I'm just wondering. I think Bo might have. I'd have to look that up. I feel like Bo went to the Hall of Fame for both. Deion didn't. I know Deion played football much longer. He quit baseball a little bit earlier than he did football. But anyway, so they remind me of them because, he's kind of a two-sport athlete here. And, I knew Russell Wilson was always pretty good at baseball. When he went to Wisconsin, he was a pitcher there. And, it resulted he obviously was obviously decided to play QB. Like you all know, obviously he's with the Seattle Seahawks. They're an NFL team, not an MLB team. So he decided to be a QB. The one thing here I have to say is, what will he do? How will he do with the Yankees? Now, supposedly he went from the Texas Rangers to the New York Yankees. So that's just something there. I didn't really even recognize it. He was with with the Texas Rangers. I'm kind of new to all of this. This is why when it came out, I kind of just rushed to get all the notes and things together like that. So, this is just kind of new to me. This really is just new to me. I was thinking about just talking about it tomorrow, but tomorrow I just want to talk about all the NFL team, all the MLB teams. So this is new to me. This is the thing. He played baseball. He also reminds me of three players: Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, Aaron Judge. Because Aaron Judge played three sports in college. Not in college. Played three sports in high school: basketball, football, baseball. Got a scholarship for basketball to UCLA, baseball to Fresno State, and football to Notre Dame. The one smallest scholarship was Fresno State. The two other scholarships were big colleges. Not saying Fresno State is a small college. I'm just saying, the best, the kind of bigger colleges, the colleges that are more successful in sports, he let down and he went to go play baseball. So, he was a three-sport athlete. He kind of reminds me of Russell Wilson, too, because, Russell Wilson was a two-sport athlete. College, they are different levels, high school and college, but, things like this. So, do I think Russell Wilson will be good? I don't know. I'm interested to see. I don't really watch. I probably won't be watching him that much. I'm sure there will be YouTube videos on him or other videos. I'm sure I'll see highlights of him, but I probably won't watch a full game of him. Just because I don't think I get it on my TV. So, it's going to be interesting what he does. Will he kind of throw the ball more like a quarterback? And, you might have heard me say before that quarterbacks and pitchers are the same. They are, but they are a little bit different at a time. Quarterbacks, when they throw, they kind of have a little bit more arc on the ball. And pitchers, when they throw, they got to kind of pitch it not as much as an arc, or else you just lob it and the guy will just bomb it. So I'm interested to see what he does and how he does, really, though. Like, how he does, because, going from baseball to football as a QB, obviously, it's not like he's being a QB and he's going to play catcher. It's not like that. He's not really making that big of a position change. He's still going to be throwing the ball. Maybe I just want to see how he controls that arc a little bit, and that's why I'm going to be interested to see what he does. Let me run through some stats, what he did in football. Just to kind of give you a little thing on how his arm strength is. I'll give him his last game against the AFC and then against the Cardinals. I'll give him your Cardinals game. 62.1 completion percentage, 221 yards, 2 TDs, 0 interceptions, and a a 108.5 passer rating. That was against the Cardinals. That final game. Obviously, he's got some amazing arm strength. He can also run the ball. He's a very fast player. So if he ever has to hit in certain games in the ML, in baseball, in certain games, pitchers will hit. So yeah, certain games pitchers will hit. So if he gets the ball hit, he will be a very fast player on the base paths. He's a very athletic dude. He's a very good. I've always liked Russell Wilson. I think he's he's humble. He's very humble. I think he's also calm. He's not out there when he misses a throw. He's not chucking his helmet. Even at that end of that Super Bowl game, that was one of the hardest games to lose. Even when he threw that interception, you just saw him go off the field, and it just goes to show you how calm he is. You just saw him go off the field. He just went like this when he was going off the field, like that. He clapped his hands and he just kind of ran off. He's humble. He's calm. I'm sure a lot of quarterbacks that threw an interception probably would have been chucking their helmet, would have been cursing. Sure, he might have cursed, but he didn't chuck his helmet. He didn't throw equipment. So he's very calm. I think that's good. That's why I think he's good at any sport, because any sport you really got to be calm. Anything you do, you got to be calm. Calm's the best way to go. Calm and humble are very good ways to go. You never want to be cocky. You never want to be angry. Where when you do something, or you're doing something and you do it wrong, like for example, football, you throw an interception, don't chuck your helmet. That's what he's a good player at, being calm. So, and that's another good thing. As a pitcher, you got to be calm. So that's why I think he makes a good pitcher too. Not only because of his arm strength, but he's calm. Pitchers, you got to be calm out there. You can't show your emotion, or else the batter's going to take over from you. I actually struggled from that. I struggled from staying calm out there on the mound because I'm a pitcher. So, I struggle from that. Got a little bit better, but, I do sometimes get angry out there, so I got to get me calm. If you're ever wondering, people watch these videos, if you're ever wondering if I'm calm or not, because I always sound calm in these videos. Because I don't really have the need to scream on these videos. I never do. And hopefully never will. So anyway, so he's calm, very athletic, strong guy, and you need to be strong to pitch because you got to get high pitches. I'm wondering what he'll pitch like. I'm sure you'll see him maybe sometimes throw up in the upper 90s, maybe 95, 96. I don't think anything like a Aroldis Chapman or Dellin Betances reaching over 100, 101, and so on. But I think he'll be a pitcher upper 90s, lower 90s. I don't think, I'm wondering what kind of pitches he's got. I'm just wondering. This is so interesting to me. It really is. So anyway, that's what I got for this Russell Wilson. When we come back, we will talk about Kristaps Porzingis and the New York Knicks. Oh God. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got when we come back. When we come back on the BSN Network. So we're back here by the BSN arc. Okay, so about that Russell Wilson thing. I'm sorry. He is not a pitcher. Sorry. I guess I read it wrong when I was taking my notes that he was a pitcher. He's actually a second baseman. So just one quick thing to say. Sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I just got this today. It was like 2 seconds ago. I mean, it was legit. I sat down here. I was about to press the video. I heard my phone ring, and I forgot, to put my thing on mute. Looked at it. Oh, Russell Wilson going to the Yankees. So I quickly gathered information. And on one of the sites I pulled up, it said he was a pitcher. And I'm not really, I don't really notice Russell Wilson. So he's a second baseman. So quickly, I think he'll do good. He's got a strong arm. I think he'll do pretty good. Sorry about that. I messed up there. When I try to gather information quickly, I don't read things right and, things like that. So anyway, so sorry about that. I'll try to do better next time. I don't think he's a guy that's averaging 340. He's not a guy that's going to be averaging a 300 batting average. He's going to be a guy 260, I think. All right, so now we get to Kristaps Porzingis. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my fault. It's when I rush, I don't do things exactly the way I want to do things. So, the Knicks here, right? The Knicks here are absolutely horrific this year, right? We can say that, right? We can all say that. Sorry. The thing that makes them even more horrific So things that make him even more horrific, sorry, just getting my notes up. Things that make him even more horrific now is that Kristaps Porzingis of the New York Knicks will be out for the rest of the year with a torn ACL. That, to me, for a lot of Knicks fans, is got to be a little, scary here. This is big. This is bad. They're already 23 and 32. They're on a losing streak of 4. They lose their best player. Here. Let me just give you 3 things right now that's not going in. Let me just give you 5 things right now that's not going their way. Number 1, they're 23 and 32. Number 2, they're losing streak of 4. Number 3, they just lost their best player. Number 4, their whole team is not healthy, pretty much. And number 5, their head coach cannot coach, and he's probably going to be not even there next year. And number 6, they're going to miss the playoffs again. 6 things right now are not going the Knicks' way. And to add to it, Kristaps Porzingis now gets injured. Let me just first give you something. So, Kristaps Porzingis is an amazing player. When he was starting to feel pain in his knee past few days. So he told the coach to say, you know what, coach, I can't play. Everybody, every Knicks fan, all the people in the Knicks kind of thingy said, why? We can't. They didn't want to bench him. They felt that Kristaps Porzingis would just wanted to be benched. His knee was never hurting. So the coach, guess what? He put him back in. Guess what happens? He gets injured, tears his ACL, out for the year, maybe even a little bit next year, depending on how bad it is. We don't have that much word how bad it is, but it's looking pretty bad. So, make matters worse that this happens, this is the thing. This is with all sports. If one of your players on your team says, you know what, coach, I'm not really feeling it, my knee hurts, whatever hurts, you gotta say, you know what, alright, we'll put a sub in you bench. You can't expect that. Why would he be lying? Why would he fake an injury to your torn ACL? An injury that knees are not funny. Knees can be very bad. It can result in a torn ACL. You really think he's just going to fake that he has a knee injury, which can be bad, just to be benched? And I know Kristaps. He would never want to be benched. He's a great player. He pretty much carries that team. Best player on the team, I personally think. But. Of course, the Knicks, and this is why the Knicks are so bad. They really think he's lying. You really think he's lying. You really do think he's lying. You're 11th in the Eastern Conference. That's the 7th thing that's not going their way. That's the 7th. Sorry, drop my pen. That's the 7th thing that is not going your way. You're 11th in the Eastern Conference. And you really think your best player, you need, and he loves to play the sport of basketball. He's very good. Very nice dude. Calm dude, humble dude, very good. Good for New York. You really think he is going to say, you know what, coach? I'm injured, and he's really faking it? Come on. Especially that it's your knee. Something that you do not want to say you're injured. Something that you do not want to lie with. Just because those are very serious, your knee. Your knee can be very serious. It can end careers. If it's really that severe, it could end careers. Partially ended Victor Cruz's career because he couldn't really make a comeback after that torn ACL. I think it was a torn ACL, right? Or was it an ankle? Something like that. Something on his leg. Anything on your leg's not good, really. Legs really make you do everything. You don't have legs, you don't have two good in shaped legs, you're pretty much you're not, you won't be able to play, you won't be able to do as many things as a lot of people are able to. You need both legs. You need at least one leg. So you really think he's going to do that? I just think that's kind of dumb to think that someone really said that. Now, one thing, a lot of people are saying here that he's a a lot of people here are saying that he is a lot of people are saying that he's got to get a little bit more stronger. And you might be thinking, what? He's ginormous. He's 7'3". He's got to be ginormous. The guy's got to be a giant. He is a giant. What they mean by stronger is, sometimes when you get taller and taller as you get older and older, you're not really expecting it. You got to kind of grow into your body. I'm not saying that he's not growing into his body. He's only been playing since 2015, so he's quite young. So a lot of people are saying how he's got to get a little stronger in order to get all the way through the season. And this season, he only played 48 games. Instead of playing only 48 games, you want to have him play way more than that, right? Only playing 48 games is not that much. So, obviously here, compared to past years, he had 72 in 2015-2016 and 66 last season. He's only had 48 this season. I'm telling you what, you're not coming back from a torn ACL. So, he's 48 games played this season. So, what they thinking is what causing this is he's got to get a little stronger. Meaning, he's got to, when you're tall, you got to kind of fit into your body. So, what they're trying to say is kind of fit into his body. Maybe lift some more weights, kind of, not just lift more weights, but kind of just, get a little bit more stronger so you can last for a whole 82-game NBA season, plus playoffs. The Knicks aren't making it anywhere, but let's just say he ever gets traded to a playoff team, plus playoffs, he's got to stay healthy, So obviously that's something that he got to work on, it's not just the coach's fault why he got injured. But I still do think that even if he never played and he took a day off, he still would have probably torn his ACL. Maybe not. Maybe if they iced it, maybe, if he just kept thing off of it, maybe the torn ACL would have kind of got away. Or maybe if he still would have got it, even if he took 2 or 3 days off, maybe that he wouldn't be as severe. Now, I don't think it's that severe now. I don't think it's ending his career. But I think he's going to be out for the rest of this season. I think right at this moment, it might not have been as bad as what it is now. It's not that bad now, but I'm sure it would have been a little less bad. So in his career, only 186 games played, 7.1 rebounds per game, 1.3 assists per game, and 17.8 points per game. Is what he's averaging this year. So he's decent. He's decent. 17.8 isn't the best. It really isn't. It's not. It doesn't blow me away. I don't think it blows any of you guys away who's watching this, just because it's nothing special to me. It really isn't. A lot of play, and it seems like that in the whole NBA. I feel like this year a lot of the players are just kind of averaging a little bit less than usual. I feel like a lot of the players kind of go down from last year, or some of the players that you're not expecting going up from last year, but some of the players you weren't expecting going down from last year. So really, interesting to see what happens here. How will the Knicks play? I think the Knicks will finish the season off. Let's see what they got. They've played 55 games so far, because 23 plus 32 equals 55. So, they played 55 games so far. So, they're at a record 9 games behind 500. They're on a losing streak of 4. I think it's going to continue. This is the thing about the Knicks. In the beginning of the year, they always start off too good. They always have good beginnings. I know they start off 0-3, but they started to turn on the gears. Beginning of the year, they started to be, really good. And they're above 500 by a lot of games. Started to be really good. There's all this energy in the Garden, oh my god, these guys actually might make the playoffs. And then once it reaches the 20-game mark, you just see the Knicks be back to the Knicks. And I'm meaning the Knicks go back to the 7 wrong things. Porzingis gets hurt. They go on a losing streak of 4. They're 23-32. Their head coach stinks. They're probably not gonna have a winning record again. Just added that. They have an injured team, and what was my 7th? I forget. My 7th. And they're gonna miss the playoffs again. Now it's my 7th. So that's what starts happening again. Every year, it's like that. And then the energy in the Garden just goes plop. They lost 99-96 against the Atlanta Hawks. No, not saying the Atlanta Hawks are terrible. They are not doing that great this year. But they lose against them when they were up in their home stadium at the Garden. The Garden was rocking. Even if the team stinks, the Knicks stink, right? The tickets are still $100 just to get a really bad seat. They're still $90-something to get a nosebleed seat. They're still $90-something. It's just how the Garden is. It's a really nice stadium. They want their money. So, they lose against the Hawks while they were up by so much. Hawks come back in that environment, crazy. They lost last night, again against the Bucks, not the Hawks, the Bucks. I know it might sound the same. The Bucks, they lost last night. This team's just falling apart. It really is. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm speechless at this point. It's just kind of getting to the point now where you got to think to yourself, well, really, what is, happening? Really, what is happening? Will this Knicks team ever be good? What is happening? They stink. They really do. They are awful. What is happening, though? I don't know. I don't know when this Knicks team will be better again. They kind of remind me of the Browns. I seriously do not know when they will be better. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not better even in 4 or 5 years from now. I wouldn't be surprised if they're still rebuilding. The one thing I think they got to get rid of is their head coach. Jeff Hornacek has done nothing there. He's done nothing. His years there are done nothing. He's led him every season he's coached, I think, he's led him under 500. Has led him to a playoff experience. This team's just falling apart. The Knicks as an organization are falling apart. I think every part of the Knicks they just kind of give away. Even Courtney Lee, he's a good player. He can't stay healthy. Tim Hardaway, he can't stay healthy. Joakim Noah is alright. He can't stay healthy. Barely played this year. Enes Kanter, a guy missed some time with the back. We're 0-4 without him. He can't stay healthy that much. Kristaps, they've only won 1 game without him this year, and he's gone. So what are they going to do? Win another game and that's it? So are they going to win 2 more games at all this season? It's just one thing. I don't know, will they finish this year a record of maybe 20 games below 500? Not even, maybe worse than that. Will they? Like, how bad will they end the season? I'm interested. When the season's done, I cannot wait to talk about this because I will remember this exact day, Thursday, February 7th. I will remember it, exact day, saying the Knicks stink. They're probably not going to win another game this year. No, I mean, not going to win another game this year. They probably will, but barely. But, I will remember me saying how bad will they be. And they will probably be like 20 games under 500. Maybe not 20, that's pushing it, because they're only 9. Technically 9, you can go on a 9-game winning streak, you're right back up at 500, but to tell you the truth, no. It's not like the Cavs where I don't really worry about their drama. This is every year the Cavs drama starts now, but the Knicks, every year their drama starts now, and they never get a way to find their way out of it. They've always struggled, the Knicks. So when will they be good again? I don't know. So that's what I got for part 1. Sorry about the Russell Wilson. I really am sorry. As a broadcaster, I gotta do better than that. Sorry, I've only been broadcasting for a month. I'm sorry. I gotta get a little bit better. I'm doing some things. Obviously everybody can get better, right? So sorry about that. He's a second baseman. He's got a powerful arm. I don't think he'll be, I don't think he's going to be like a 300 hitter. I think he'll be maybe a 240, 250. So yeah, that's what I got for part 1. Jeez. You know what? I'm going to take out LeBron and Blake. I'm not going to talk, might actually want to talk about them. I'll think about it. Because I do want to get to Shaun White and Lindsey Vonn. Because the opening ceremony starts tomorrow for the Olympics. So I want to get to that before I get to LeBron. Because I feel like I've been talking to LeBron like every day this week. Every single day this week. And tomorrow I want to just talk about baseball. Maybe some other things. Maybe I'll plop LeBron in tomorrow. The thing about LeBron, I talk about him the next day. Oh, the rumors are done. Anyway. So when we come back, it will be part 2. Thanks for watching.